guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's video, I'm just going to be talking about my experience living with my boyfriend and his parents. So just to start off, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory. So me and my boyfriend started dating about 3 years ago, and the first 2 years of our relationship, we got into it pretty heavy, pretty hard, because I felt like he was a mama's boy. I felt like he couldn't handle anything on his own. I felt like every time something went wrong, he called his mom and she figured it out for him. Tell her everything we're going through, and that in turn caused friction between us two. So we didn't really care for one another, but it got like so bad to the point where we were gonna break up with each other, because it's like I'm in a losing battle, so I'm never gonna win. So we came to that conclusion a couple times, but ultimately, like, we stayed together, clearly, because we're still together now. So that time passes, everybody just kind of sweeps it under the rug, like, we're cordial, whatever. So it comes time for our lease to be up, and my boyfriend at this point in time feels like, it's just too overwhelming right now. He isn't able to save, he doesn't have the right amount of money he wants. So hey, let's go and move in with my parents for a couple months to try to save some money. Me, of course, I didn't want to do it. Like, that was like, no, we're good, like, we can figure it out. But he was at the point where it was either that or nothing at all. Like, we weren't going to live together. So I do have an aunt and uncle in Georgia, but I've lived with them before, and I'll tell that story later, maybe eventually. But I just felt like I didn't want to live with them. I felt like if I was going to go stay with them, I would rather just go back home and stay with my parents. So that's why I didn't go stay with them. And another thing, I think I just wanted to be with my boyfriend. And the 2 years, 3 years, I think it's going on 3 years, something like that. But in the time that we've been together, since we've started dating, like since we said we were a couple, I have lived with him. So I think that's one of the big reasons why I didn't want to stay with one of my relatives. I was like, we're not going to be here long. I'll just tough it out and stay with you, because basically I just want to be where you are. I feel more comfortable where you are, even though I don't really care for your mom. So coming into the situation, I was like, okay, so I already know the relationship isn't the best, so I'll just stay out the way. Mind you, I've been told from multiple people that wasn't going to work because the relationship is strained, and lo and behold, it did not work. So once I got into the house, a couple weeks, I really was trying to avoid them. I really didn't want to see them, because if I didn't see them, I don't have to speak. So that was the first issue, which I fully understand how that can come off as rude. So now I speak every time, but at first I was literally trying to duck and dodge so that, hey, if I don't see you, I don't have to say anything. I'll just stay in the room all day. So that was the issue. That was one of the first issues. And then the second issue was, well, regarding his parents. These are the people that are making these issues. Everything I say, it's coming from them. So then it was, well, you don't hold a conversation with us. And how do you feel comfortable coming in our house and you don't hold the conversation? The only thing I was saying was hi, bye, pleasantries, being cordial. But my thought process behind it was, one, I really don't care to speak to you guys, and I don't have the best relationship with your mom, and I don't know how to be fake. I can't genuinely sit in your face and have a conversation if I don't care for you. So that's why I just tried to avoid that situation. So that was an issue. Another thing that happened was they have this room in the front that nobody really goes into, but it has a TV in there and stuff like that, and I go in there and watch TV sometimes. There was an issue on the way that I laid the blanket back over the corner of the bed. Like, it was just so many random things that it was like I could tell that, his mom was out to get me. She was gunning for me. So just knowing that, I just was like so uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this to be over. And still now to this day, I still don't want to go to my relative's house. I just feel like I'll stick it out. I want to stay with my boyfriend, and if it doesn't work, then we're not meant to be. Then I'll just go home all the way back to Illinois or Minnesota. But I just lost my train of thought. Like, I don't know what I was trying to say. But and then with it being tension between me and his mom, of course it's tension between he and I. And I feel like, I'm sorry, I don't care who doesn't agree. It can only be one queen in the castle. And that's me, okay? Me. Now, and I say this because your relationship with your girlfriend and your relationship with your mom is different. We shouldn't even feel like we're competing. But at this point, I feel like I'm competing. So that's why I'm like, I can't do this. I can't deal with this, It's only room for one queen. I'm sorry. Like, that's just how it goes. And anybody else, any other guy that feels that way, I feel like you can date your mom. Like, no disrespect to the moms out there, but anybody that has ever been with a mama's boy, you understand. It's no disrespect to the mom. It's just how it goes.
terrible.
And that I will never ever in my life do this ever again. If this ever happened to me, I'm pretty sure I'll just go back to my people's place and figure it out and start over again. I believe 100% in signs, and if you try your best to make something happen and it doesn't happen, I believe that it's not meant to be. So I would never do this again. If we're meant to be, then God will make a way somehow that we will never be put in this situation again. I also feel like if the things that happened in the beginning of our relationship, I think that's a lot of the reason for the tension, and maybe if that didn't happen, we would be in a better situation. But unfortunately that did happen, so that makes it how it is now. And I guess it's a learning process. You know, everybody goes through different things, and this is just a very, very major life lesson for me. So yeah, so anybody that's out there that has a similar situation, or if you're living with your boyfriend's parents now, or maybe your girlfriend's parents, leave a comment down below. So maybe our stories are similar, or maybe you had a great experience. Let me know down in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.